Holy cow. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our 100th episode of the Rock and Roll Geethers Show, the big 100, man. Wow. Very cool. Having a gas here, I'll tell you what, the Rock and Roll Geethers Show, your weekly outfit for rock news and all this crazy stuff going on here in the rock world. And of course, the guy who's been my co-host for 100 episodes now, and that would be Doc Fox. How you doing there, Doc?
Hey, yeah, 100, man. Who'd have thunk? Yeah. So here we are. So, yeah, sincere thanks to everyone that's been on the ride with us and old, new, whatever. And this is your first time. Yeah, that's what we do every week. Give you the rock and roll news stories that we find of interest and think you might too. So, yeah, let's see what's before we get into the stew stories this week. We've got a few updates on past
Yeah.
stories we wanted to fill you in on.
And the first one, yeah, that would be the Eagles. The Eagles. We talked just boy, we talked about it just last week.
A couple
How
weeks,
the
yeah,
uh
man.
the lyrics to the Hotel California have been through the ringer. Uh uh Somebody stole them. They had three men were accused of conspiring to possess stolen property, and the stolen property obviously being these lyrics. And plus, 100 pages of draft of songs from the Eagles' landmark album, and written by Henley and Fry. And the trial was supposed to be getting up here, and all of a sudden, boom! The assistant district attorney, Aaron Ganandes, wrote, "The people brought forth this matter forward because we believe the evidence, when fully presented, would prove defendant's guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Nevertheless, the prosecution's confidence in the merits of this case is not enough. The people's evidence must be fully presented and rigorously tested." Shut up. I hate I hate everybody anymore, Doc. It's just horrible. They're all horrible.
Yeah, everybody's full of shit. Now, basically, what happened here? So yeah, there was a guy, I can't recall the guy's name, but he was doing a biography, a book on the Eagles. So he accumulated all these different documents and handwritten lyrics and all this stuff. The project came not to be, and they just kind of vanished into the ether. Nobody really kept track of them. Come to find out years later, these guys have them, and they're considered stolen. That they bought stolen stuff. So they went to court about it, and yeah, now they're 3 weeks into this trial. I mean, this is going for a while. This is taking some resources, and yeah, they're saying we're just dropping it. So they're just dropping. So the three guys that were up for conspiracy, they'll walk. But what I couldn't find out was what's happened to the lyrics. I assume they're back in the Eagles camp. I guess, right? These guys are just up on charges, so I'm assuming
Boy, oh
everything's been
boy.
recovered. And
I
but
would
man,
hope. Well,
I've read every article I could on it to ad nauseum. I couldn't find out anything on that, but I'm assuming that that's the case.
boy, oh,
But yeah, that seems like the last we'll hear on that one.
well, hallelujah. Yeah. And, they just dropped the case after spending how much of the taxpayers' money on this
Yeah, 3 weeks,
nonsense.
man. That's not yeah,
That's
that's
not
nothing.
chump change.
Yeah.
And now, let's drop it. Heck, we don't need to worry about it. So it was just a weird story from the beginning. I don't get it. I don't get all this garbage, but it is what it is. Oh, also an update. We was it last week already? We are talking about Kerry King not even knowing that Slayer was going to be doing a few
Right.
gigs. Well, it turns out that Kerry King's guitarist had no idea either, because he's all up like, hey, what's up with this? He was totally caught off guard, didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, they're doing that solo project, so he's all ramped up for that, and then kind of got blindsided with Tom Araya saying, "Hey, we're getting back together for 3 festival dates."
Yeah, Phil Demel or Demel, whatever. But yeah, he's Carrie's guitarist, and he said it was weird that he thought, and it is weird that Slayer having announcing some band come back so soon after Carrie King's project. I mean, he's on tour this summer. He's in a lot of these
Mhm.
big festivals and stuff. So that'd be funny if at one festival you got Kerry King playing a lesser stage and you got
Right.
Slayer headlining. So he'd have to
Yeah.
jump
Right.
from stage to stage. It could happen, man. Holy
It,
cow! You seen the?
Similar things have happened.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll talk about fests in a little bit here, but yeah. So he was caught. He said, yeah, it caught me off guard. I didn't know anything about it. To have Slayer gig announced before we've even played a show with Carrie's solo band was really weird to me, which, makes sense
Dude,
to me.
there's a big piece of this puzzle missing, man. Something's wrong. Something's just ass over tea kettle wrong here, man.
But
I
see
don't
here,
know, man. It
yeah,
ain't lining up, man.
but here's where Phil got it right. He added, Slayer's none of my business. That's the whys and the whens. It's none of my business. I had questions when I first heard Slayer was coming back, and they were answered. And I'm 100% at peace and good with everything that's happening. There's your attitude right there. You know, just let it roll. He got, he's not the
Right?
boss of Carrie's band. He's not the boss. Just let it roll and see what happens. Jiminy creepers. But that's weird though. They could end up playing the same doggone. I
Yeah,
have
I'm
to
sure
look into that. I'll
there's gonna
bet
be
you.
more on this, I'm
Jeez.
sure.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
Dude, with all
So,
these fests, yeah, we'll talk about it in a little bit, but
oh,
it's within the realm of possibility, I would say, yeah.
yeah, I'm willing to bet. But holy cow! And here's some news. We've been talking quite a bit about Jay Weinberg getting let go of Slipknot. Released, if you will. It didn't seem like it was all that amicable, but whatever. But a guy with that level of ass kick, he's not going to be sitting around long.
Yeah, he's joined the boys in suicidal tendencies, which I've
He-
seen these guys. I'm not a big fan or anything, but I've seen them, and I don't know. To me, I don't know. You got that teen angst kind of thing, but when you're
yeah.
like in your 40s, it just doesn't come across the
Yeah,
same, man. It just ain't working, man. But
well, the thing,
nonetheless, hey, he's got a gig, and this
well,
one
and
of
that
those that kind
that
of
used,
seems almost like a stepping stone kind of gig where people kind of come in and out on their way to other gigs. So I don't know. We'll see how it turns
well, Metallica's bassist Rob Trujillo, he was the bassist of Suicidal Tendencies, and now his son is the bassist of Suicidal
out.
Tendencies.
Oh, okay.
So there you go, man. How about that?
There's
That's
a bit of a
very cool.
legacy going on there. Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Well, his son, I thought didn't his
Yeah, I knew
son
that's
do
where I got
some?
him, but I didn't know he had his son in there.
Didn't
That's pretty cool.
his son played some gigs with Corn, I believe, if
Oh,
I'm not
really?
mistaken, filled in for a couple of something like that, something weird. But yeah, apparently his son is rather talented too. And Rob is too. He can do the Spanish stuff on guitar and whatnot. He's a very hip dude, man. So
Yeah, I just watched
and he
him.
looks badass as hell. He's not going to be. Let me say one thing. He wasn't going to be kicked around like the last bassist, Jason
Yeah,
Newsted,
right.
who they just sort of kicked her.
True that.
He's a bad, he's kind of guy. Yeah, yeah. You mess with me, any of you piss ants, and I'll grind you into the ground because he just,
Yeah, you're right. You hear those stories how when Newstead joined and he was kind of hazed and you
yeah.
know,
They really never respected him. They lowered his bass
yeah.
on one of the records real much, and just, just bad, bad stuff. But yeah, they
Well, they would
Rob
do
Trujillo.
things like put all their hotel charges on his bill and stuff. Just
Uh,
hazing type of things with the
just
new guy. But
bull.
yeah, I bet they didn't do that with the other
No,
guys.
no, 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 no. But good for him. Good for Jay. Like I said, I haven't seen him. You've seen him, and it's just another one of them things, huh? But yeah, it's a paycheck. Guys got to earn a living. So there you go. Good for
Yeah, like you
Jay.
said, he's too good to be sitting around. So yeah.
Oh, well, there's Carrie. There's Jay. And here's Kiss. Oh no, it's the Kiss avatars again.
Yeah, let's just do an update on the Kisses avatars as much as
Oh,
it
these
pains us.
jerks.
Not too
I
much
see.
going on, but Gene, go
He's
ahead,
so
man.
full. He just, Gene, geez, these guys, they think the Avatar is going to be the next coming for crying out loud. What I've seen will blow your mind. Well, I don't see it. I think people are just, can't you just go away? Although he says, here we go. There's so much hard work being done behind the scenes, and what I've seen will blow your mind. So in a very real way, our end is really like the caterpillar becoming the butterfly. The end is
Yes.
just the beginning. What I'm thinking is it's uh, more like a pupa becoming a freaking moth and just looking for a light to fly into. Go fly into a light, you freaking moth.
Good
You just can't
call.
stay away
Good
from it.
call.
Jiminy creepers. The caterpillar becoming a butterfly.
Yeah,
Shut up.
that's the line that caught my attention too, man. Just kind of like
Nope.
our end is just a new beginning of a bigger, more beautiful, come on, G. And
So full of crap.
like you were saying, we were talking about, he's become just a carnival barker at this point, man.
Yeah,
That's an
no
awesome
shit.
line, man.
Really,
Yeah,
next thing you know, we'll be bringing on the Elephant Man or something for Christ's
right.
sakes. But yeah,
Come
yeah.
see the
So,
lobster boy. Come see the
so
bearded lady or
the
whatever. Yeah.
pupa become a moth and into the light he flies. So, it says about $200 million is being invested into the Avatar show. Uh, boy, oh boy, I'm just not gonna accept it, man. No, I don't need no stinking Avatar show. If I, especially for rock and roll. Yeah, man. Ah, boy. But yeah, so here we go. It's gonna be what, 2025, 27, something like
Yeah,
that. Forever.
27, I think is what they say. Yeah, it's a ways out. Yeah, so I'm
And it's
sure we're gonna have periodic. They're gonna have to keep it in everybody's. Can't let it get off the back burner a little bit.
wow, they just don't know what it is yet either. Is it a Kiss concert in the future? Is it a rock opera? Is it a musical? A story? An adventure? These four individuals already have
Oh my
superpowers.
gosh.
We want to be as open as possible.
Oh my
Ah, boy,
gosh.
they just go away. You know,
Oh my god.
bands need to go away when their time is done. And they're never going to go away though, Doc. They're just going to milk every stinking last penny out of everybody until we just had so much we can't take no more.
Watch it
And
end up. Did you see this story in the news? It was over
what?
in England where they were promoting this Willy Wonka experience, right? And they had like it was this amazing Wonderland and everything, and they go there and it's just like a couple cheap posters on the wall and it was like total crap. And
Just
that's
horrible.
what the Kiss avatars are gonna be. It's gonna be presented as this magic Wonderland, and you're gonna go there. It's just gonna be this
Just a
crap, man.
pile of crap. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the kids were really bummed about that.
right.
Yeah, it was horrible. The thing was the advertisement was AI produced, and it made it look just fabulous and
Yeah,
fantastic and unbelievable. And then they got there, and yeah, it was unbelievable. It would have depressed me.
yeah,
Really,
yeah,
I really don't care about crap like it. Would have been depressing as hell to me. But way to go. But yeah, Kiss.
yeah.
We'll see how it goes. It's
Yeah,
a
I think the
long way
build
down
up
the road.
is not gonna meet the. I don't think it's gonna meet the actual product, but we'll see.
You're probably right about that. But moving on, man. AC/DC. Ooh, a little bit of bassist action here.
Yeah, we got a little going
I've heard
on
a
here.
couple of things. We talked last week. I think how they've got their bassist Chris something or other. I can't
Chris
remember.
Chaney, yeah,
Cheney, yeah. But then it comes up that
from
rumor
Jane's
going
Addiction, yeah,
around that Duff McKagan's going to be joining AC/DC as a bassist on their 2024 World Tour, and everybody's like, "Whoa, wait a minute! How can that be?" Because they got Chris playing. But I believe I read somewhere where Chris is only doing the European leg of the tour. Now, if that's true, that would make sense. How cool would that be? Boy, if I was Duff, I'd be, yeah. Are you kidding me? That's
right,
like the easiest bass job in the world. Really, there is
yeah,
nothing hard ACDC bass wise. So, boy, that'd be a sweet gig. So, yeah, that's crazy. But wow, of course, Cliff Williams. He said he's done with touring, and when you get to be that age, I give these guys credit for still touring. So, yeah, but some guy it says he got the word from a trusted source that ACDC will be hitting the road with a new bass player this year. Blah blah blah. I won't spill the beans. I'll leave it.
You know who it was? Ah, crap! Is that comedian? I can't remember the comedian's name. But he's a big ACDC guy. He has like a podcast on. He's like, I don't know, the foremost authority. He's the super fan, and yeah, he's the one saying this. So we'll consider the source. We'll see what happens. I
Well, it's
mean,
supposed to happen today. The upcoming tour announcement by
uh,
ACDC on Monday today will confirm that Cliff Williams is stepping aside and Duff McKagan of Guns N' Roses will be taking over bass duties. Okay, it's supposed to happen today, so we'll see. Because I
yeah.
went on their Facebook page earlier and there was no announcement or anything yet. So we'll see. So wow, 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 holy
And
smokums!
maybe that's the way they'll do it. Maybe it won't be, maybe Duff will just be a few days. Maybe it'll be a series of guest bass players. Who wouldn't want to play bass? Like you said, anybody can do it.
I could
You
do it.
know,
I'd love to do
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I
Just pop up and whip
take
out
a
a couple
bunch of
shows with the boys.
painkillers
Yeah,
to stand up for 3 hours, but
yeah.
I'd do it, man. I'd do it. Freaking A. Speaking of Speaking of AC, DC, we got the Bon Scott news. Good old Bon Scott. Apparently, they've got a movie coming out about his early life.
Yeah, we got the newest
With
biopic coming out. This one's a little further along though. So
well, yeah. The early life of Bon Scott is set to hit cinema screens in a project currently underway in Western Australia with the dingoes and the roos, don't you know? And probably some Crocodile Dundee's gold, hanging around and all that. Few shrimp on the Barbie. But yeah, apparently he's got a very interesting youth, up to getting to where he was.
yeah,
Because let's face it, once he got to where he was, he didn't last long because he, drank himself to death. But I don't know. Apparently it's interesting enough to make a movie about. So we'll
there
see
you
how that
go.
goes.
Yeah, they're looking to start filming in 2025. So next year they'll start film. But yeah, they got a name that's gonna be called The Kid from Harvest Road. And in the
Ah,
lead will be a young actor I'm not familiar with, but he's been in other projects. Lee Tiger Haley, two L's.
I have no idea.
And it's an Australian produced project, so it's not it's not a Hollywood kind of thing. But I prefer those kind of independent kind of things actually. But
Hmm.
yeah, should be pretty good, man. He was definitely a character, man, for sure. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot to talk
Oh,
about, man.
heavy drinker, heavy partier. I guess he was a bar brawler too. He'd brawl in the bars.
Oh
He
yeah,
didn't
he was
give a
just
squat.
he was just a good old bloke
Indeed, he was.
having a pint down at the pub.
Oh yeah. Did any dingoes take your babies? Oh boy, those are great stories. Dingoes taking people's babies. Yeah, dig that. Okay.
And everybody loves ACDC. So everybody's
Oh,
gonna come and see this movie.
mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe it can help save Hollywood like the two ladies did.
Right?
See what happens. Oh, they didn't save Hollywood. They saved the movie theater chain. Heck with Hollywood.
Right.
Hollywood
Yeah, you're
sucks.
right. Yeah, yeah,
Speaking of
yeah.
a big suck, yeah, the Oscars around last night. I didn't watch, but good for them. Nobody cares anymore. All
Yeah.
these rich people patting each other on the back, so they're all millionaires. Apparently, the gift package they got each each person, presenter or winner, they all got like $178,000 gift package. Must be nice when
Yeah,
the
they need it. Yeah, yeah,
they
sure.
need it. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
the average income in America is 74,000, but they get $178,000 gift bag. So boy, oh boy, must be nice to be rich and look down at all us young people. But young people, poor people. I'm not poor, but you know what I mean. We're not rich.
I'm poor.
Moving on. Here's a band. Here's a okay, we are poor. Yeah. Had to actually pay Uncle
Poor in
Sam this
money,
year.
but rich in life, my friend.
Oh, I'm telling you what, my friends. Here's some folks that are rich in life, and that would be GayC DC. There they are, right there. Let me get out
Like
of
I
the
said,
way.
everybody loves ACDC, man. They got the
Eh, Okay, but this is Doc. This is not ACDC, my friend, my good
no,
friend,
gay
my
CDC.
Lord. This
Oh,
is GayC DC.
yeah.
They are a gay ACDC band, and they put out they put out a new song called "Highway to Hell," and they had King's ex bass player. What the hell?
Doug Pinnick.
Doug Pinnick. He played the devil. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, they put out a
And
video for it and had
yeah, I
some
watched a
known
video.
folks in it. Yeah.
These guys. Oh, that's something else. Yeah, but so yeah, they put out a video of Highway to Hell, and they pick up a nerd on the side of the road in a RV, and they're on their way to hell, and it just goes from there. It's very, very goofy, but it's sort
Yeah,
of gay.
they got
It's
Doug Pinnick from King's X, and they got John Bush from Anthrax had a short stint in
Armored
Anthrax,
Saints and
but
shit.
mostly
Yeah.
Armored Saint, yeah. And then got Johnny Martin from L.A. Guns, so kind of got some some known quantities that pop up in their video, and yeah, why not?
Well, yeah, it was sort of gay. I'll say that. Can I say that on here? The
Yeah, well,
video
they're
was
gay
sort of
CDC.
gay,
I mean,
but they
yeah,
wanted it to be gay.
yeah,
So, oh,
absolutely.
you should see it. It's very gay. Yeah, it shows them dressing up in their outfits and whatnot. It's very, very provocative. But yeah, good for them. What the hell? Geez.
You see a lot of
GayC.
those kind of bands like the Max Sabbath, where the you got like the
I was just
hamburger
gonna
or
say
them.
that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. You got
They
different
all
bands taking different takes, and here's one I got one called Hayseed Dixie,
AC/DC.
and it's bluegrass versions of AC/DC songs. It kicks ass, man.
Outstanding.
That's
Oh, I bet.
awesome.
Hey, anything bluegrass, any good
Yeah,
bluegrass
and they got
player,
a whole
basically.
backstory to it. They're on the oh god, what is it, the Tennessee Virginia line or whatever, and
Yeehaw.
they come across back in the woods this old card, and that some salesman had all these AC/DC records, and their record player only played at 78 speed, so that's what they heard it at. This is how they play this stuff. So yeah,
78 RPMs. Oh, yeah. Those were great records. Like they weighed about a pound each, though. They were
right,
seriously,
yeah, yeah. I
wow,
got a
them
couple.
suckers were put together. You do? Oh, you're legendary. Jeez. Do you have 78 on your turntable, though? That's the question.
Yes, yes, I do.
Oh, my gosh. Well,
There's
so
33
Gacy,
and 45, and if you push them both together, it makes 78.
so yeah, so Gacy DC, check it out on YouTube. I'm sure it's up there. And, they're good. They are good, but they're just gay. And there's nothing wrong with that. Doug Pinnick's gay. Obviously, we all know that. And probably the other guys are gay too. Have have gay fun, guys. Freaking A, because they're embracing their gayness, and I say go for it. It's the American way, man.
I see a gay fest in the future of
Freedom,
bands like
yeah.
this.
Come
Why
on,
not,
man.
man?
Freedom, man. So yeah, Gacy DC, good for them. Oh, here's a guy who I've had pretty much enough of. That'd be Marilyn Manson.
Oh, he's
This
coming
guy,
back. He's coming back.
he is. Oh, jeez. So yeah, he's coming back. Marilyn Manson doing what's he doing? Doing a tour or something here.
Yeah, he's teaming up with our with our buddies in Five Finger Death Punch. So this
Wow.
is his first time out since all the allegations basically in pre-pandemic. And I don't think any of the cases are still withstanding. I think everything's pretty much been settled and everything. But now he's filing suit against Evan Rachel Wood. You remember
Really?
that was his first girlfriend that kind of got the ball rolling on this. And apparently she kind of coaxed one of the other women into making some statements, kind of pushed her along there a little bit. So this
Really?
so this has come out. So now Manson is suing her for defamation, a la Johnny Depp and Amanda Heard there. So Amber Heard, I should say. And this could be a trend, man. Maybe guys are gonna start. Hey, you want to start talking shit? You know what? We're gonna take it to court. And that's what Johnny Depp did, and that's what Marilyn Manson's doing now. So seems
Wow.
like he's
Yeah.
kind of taking charge again. He's putting out this suit. He's getting back out there on the road. I don't think he's got any new music. I think he's just getting out there and he's not
Well,
even headlining. He's just in support
yeah.
of
Well,
Five
that's
Finger
probably
Death
a
Punch.
good
So.
idea. Yeah. Yeah. Just support. Just try see how the waters flow on this tour and shit. Because yeah, he did have to go through a lot of crap and had a lot of accusations against him. And of course, most people like me believed it because he's such a weird guy. Yeah.
But I guess the line is, it was a consensual, or and I think I said before, you got to believe he's into some pretty kinky shit. So he
Yeah.
probably gets these women up there, and maybe things go a little further than they wanted to, but and then after the fact they kind of, hey, speak up, but
Oops. Yeah. Yeah. A little after the fact. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, I think everything's been settled as far as I know, and so now he's actually on the other end of a suit here, so we'll see what comes of that.
Oh boy. How about it? There you go. Oh, I love this one. Jeez. Yeah, and I don't believe this at all. Uh, Madonna said, Madonna, where is she? Oh, I posted a good picture of her. There she is. Oh, love that video. Madonna reveals the first word she spoke after waking up from the coma. And it was no, because apparently God was asking if she wanted to come with. And she said, no, no, no. I got to freak more people out on earth first. She didn't say the second part, but apparently, yeah, yeah. She, she was in the hospital for some life-threatening bacterial infection.
Yeah,
And she
sound
was
like it was getting
prepared for the
pretty bad.
worst.
Yeah, yeah.
Prepared for the worst. I've been there, Toots. Don't worry about it. And of course, she made a full recovery, but she postponed all her, all her
Right.
U.S. shows. but she was literally, she couldn't walk from the bed to the toilet. She was so, maybe she could have vogued over there to the toilet from her bed, Vogue. But yeah, she said that I didn't know for 4 days because I was in induced coma. But when I woke up, the first word I said was no, and I'm pretty sure God was saying to me, "You want to come with us? You want to come with me? You want to go this way?" And I said, "No, no, I'm a heathen, and I got to go back to Earth." I put that last part in myself. I
Aren't I supposed to
didn't.
go to hell? Yeah.
Yeah, where do I go? I didn't know when I could get up again and when I could be myself again. It was strange seeing and finally not feeling like I was in control. That was my lesson to let go. So she's so full of crap. Well, maybe she did. I don't know. She's a Jeez, some of the stuff she's done. I'm sorry. It's just below my standards, if you will. She put out a few good things back in the day that I still like, but lately she's out of her freaking mind. And here's a real doozy. I got news for you here. I saved this one. Where is it? So she's at a concert being her rock star, 1% herself, so full of herself and just rocking and rocking. And she sees somebody down front there who's not standing up, for crying out loud. And how dare people who spent all that freaking money not stand up to honor her worshipfulness? And turns out that the fan that wasn't standing up was in a wheelchair. So,
There you
boy, oh,
go.
there you go, you bum, you jerk off. What are you doing sitting down over there? What are you getting sitting down? Madonna asked before walking to the edge of the stage to get a closer listen to the fan. That's when the 80s pop icon realized she made the mortifying mistake. Oh, okay, politically incorrect. Sorry about that,
Well,
Madonna
that's more than
said.
politically incorrect. That's just
I'm
downright
glad you
fucking.
are here. Oh, yeah, that's just, I'm glad you are here, boy. You bitch. You should, boy, how dare, really. I'm not surprised, though. Really. How dare you not stand up at my concert?
Politically
How
incorrect. Yeah.
dare
Oh my
you?
God.
You jerk. Boy, oh boy. I wish you'd go back into a coma with all due respect. Gee, many creepers. Wow. That is so crude. Really. And I haven't seen any, I don't know if is she on tour right now? I have no idea.
Yeah. She's
She
out there
is on
now. Yeah.
tour.
Yeah. She's out
Oh,
there. That's where
okay.
she give this speech to a crowd. And yeah, I saw something. This is how this. I don't know. We talked about, we're geezers. We talk about
Sure. You're
stupid
damn right.
the new generation is. And
God dang
I
it.
saw something on the internet where this person thought, you've heard the term, calling somebody a prima donna.
Sure.
What was pre Madonna? PRE dash Madonna, not
Yeah.
pre Madonna, pre Madonna. Like, it's like,
Oh
oh
boy.
God, people are just
No,
like.
that's not how it is. No. Yeah, it's crazy out there. And
But
you
yeah,
know,
so she says, to come to the light, and she's like, no. And that reminded me of the story. Remember, we did this, oh gosh, way back. And there's a story where a preacher died and gone to hell. And he
yeah.
came back and he said the music they were playing there was Rihanna. Remember? And I'm just thinking, maybe that's where Madonna's supposed. I don't know. Just kind of reminded me of that story. I don't know. I'm
Oh,
just saying.
that's weird though. That's very weird. What she revealed there. Yeah, yeah. I can't remember myself in my situation, but she revealed something there. But good riddance to her. Really, and she should just fly off into the fly off into the sunset, and that's all I got to say about that. All right, moving on. Yeah, we got some interesting news here from Klaus. And that would be Klaus Meine. There he is right there. Well, there he is. Yeah, yeah, lead singer of the Scorpions.
Scorpio.
Scorpions. I don't know. I was never a super big fan of the Scorpions. I don't know. I just didn't get it. Whatever. But he's 75 years old, and they're going to be doing a gig in, 5 days, March 16th, at Viva Latino in Mexico City. But he had to cancel, and here we go. He writes, I wish I could do this in a German accent, but I can't. Dear Mexican fans, knowing that some of our most amazing diehard fans live in Mexico, it is with a heavy heart that I have to let you know, Scorpions. I'll do it in a British
Let's
accent.
do Dieter, man. That's
Did you?
right. You got Dieter.
It is with a heavy heart that I have to let you know. Scorpions will not be performing at the Viva Latino Festival on the 16th March 2024 in Mexico City. The reason we had to cancel is because I recently underwent a complex spine surgery, and my doctors expected me to be better and back on my feet in time for the show. I am making good progress with my rehab, but unfortunately, I have recovered as expected. I have not recovered as expected, and after talking with my medical team, I am advised that a 12-hour flight time and performing at 2,000 meters altitude is a tough one for anyone, and I am not well enough to travel and give you the show you all deserve. So there you go, Klaus. Can't do
Not
it.
bad. Kind of drifted off into some Swedish a little bit there,
Yeah,
but no, not too bad, man. Not too bad.
So yeah, there he goes. I hope he can come back to Mexico soon to rock you like a hurricane. Oh, rock you like a hurricane. God, I hate that song so much. I'm just
Yeah,
so
that's one
tired
of
of
those that's
that
overplayed.
freaking
Yeah, for
song.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, he's hoping to get to Mexico. What's his name's hoping to get to Australia. John Fogerty. So everybody's hoping to get
Right.
somewhere sometime. So there you go, man. What the heck,
Yeah,
boy, oh
we've talked
boy.
about that though. But he brought up with the altitude, and we brought that up being an
Wow.
issue before. Remember, Joe Elliott had some issues with some
Yep.
sickness in Colombia, and then of course that's where Taylor Hawkins died. And I thought maybe
Oy
some
vey. And a
maybe a
12-hour
contributing
flight.
factor to that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That
So yeah,
sucks.
a complex spinal surgery. Yes, it reminds me of like that
Oh,
commercial with the dude said they had to detach his fucking head or whatever. From
oh
his,
God.
whatever.
Well,
But
they were gonna operate on my lower spine, and my cardiologist calls and asked me that question you never want to hear. Can you live with the pain? Right there, I knew. I don't think they're gonna be operating on my spine. So, needless to say, I had to back out of that surgery. So, go Klaus, go. At least I'm not standing on a stage, being a rock star. So,
they've been around a long time.
long
Scorpions, I
time.
remember like the early stuff. Udi John Roth is. I mean, they go back to 70.
Woody.
Well,
Ooh,
the band started in '65. Rudy Shaker
wow.
started the band in '65.
Holy
And then
cow.
Klaus joined in '70. That's when they had their and then the first album in '72. And so yeah, they've been around long time.
Man, oh man.
And
Well,
they supposed to be headlining a Vegas. They got a Vegas residency coming up next month.
oh boy.
So they haven't said anything about
Not
canceling
at the
that yet.
Sphere, is
So
it?
no, I
No?
doubt it.
All right.
But
I don't know. I imagine they're going to continuously have
it might be.
residencies
I
at
don't
the
know.
Sphere.
I
I
can't
imagine
imagine.
they got to continuously have residencies at the Sphere, I would imagine. So we'll see what
Oh,
happens.
they're gonna
But
have all kinds of events there. But so I don't know. This a month out, and he's expecting to be back. I mean, they're not canceling it yet, or maybe they're just kind of I don't know. Who knows? Trying to hold out hope. But
okay, it's at it's at the Planet Hollywood Resort
no,
and
there you go.
Casino in Sin City.
Which
I can't,
quite honestly, too, I'm kind of anti Vegas residency, man. It's just not rock
yeah.
and roll. It's just not rock and roll.
It
It's
is
just
sort of weird, but when you get to these old people's ages, I imagine they're more than happy to do what would be considered a fairly long leg of a tour and not have to travel. To have
well,
the
yeah. I mean,
same
it's
bed and
obviously a
everything.
money grab. It's all just it's obviously all. It's not
Well, they're
I
tired.
don't
They're
know.
tired and old, like us geezers. They're geezers too. A lot of them. Police. They did their residency, or was it the police? Yeah, yeah. The police did
You
or
two
you
just had
too
the one
did the
that
spirit. Yeah, they're all
yeah.
old, so I imagine they dug, getting, different hooker every night. They're in Vegas.
Well, no, it's instead of hitting the road, you go there and the fans come to you.
That's
Instead of
nice. Yeah.
going on however month tour, you just stay there for a month and a
And,
half and let
and,
them
and
come to
if you're
you.
going to have any place, yeah, where you're going to sit still for a while, why not make it Vegas for crying out loud? Because you got different people
I don't
coming
know
in
business
all the
wise, but
time.
like for just and obviously it is legacy bands that have been around, been established, but I don't know. I just don't like the feel of it, man. I don't know.
Wow. Oh, okay.
You won't see Iggy Pop doing a Vegas residency. Let's put it that way.
Hey, well, we'll see, my friend. We'll see.
Yeah, you got
Oh,
that
you
right.
never know. moving on. Black Sabbath, the off of the album Paranoid. There's a cover right there. Boy, that is such. This was right in my wheelhouse these days.
Right.
Uh, yeah, yeah. Black Sabbath one has a very special place in my heart. But I can't say what I did while listening to it back then because I was a youngster. But it was great. And then they
Oh, a
come
lot
out
of
with,
weed smoked to that album, man. That's all I'm
well,
saying.
yes, yeah, well, but yeah, yeah, we okay, yeah, yeah,
We'll leave it at
yeah.
that.
The 70s, yeah.
It was the
But
70s. It
anyway,
was a long time
that
ago. I
was
forget.
great. That was a great album, their first album. I mean, it was stunning. It was so brutal. And then they come out with their second offering, Black Sabbath Paranoid. Just a monster sophomore effort.
From front to
Paranoid,
back, dude. Front to
Iron
back,
Man,
man. Yeah.
War Pigs. Oh
Yeah.
my
Everything.
gosh.
Electric Funeral, all of it,
Oh,
man. All
a
of it.
monster. And I'll be darned. They're fine, they're joining the Billions Club. The Billions Club is
Well, the song, not the album, the
the song,
song.
yeah, the song Paranoid off of the album Paranoid is joining the Billions Club. So it's been streamed a billion times on Spotify. And that's like only one of like 50 songs so far.
No, 500.
Oh, was it 500 or
500, yeah.
50? Oh, I thought was
Yeah,
it 500?
they've
Oh,
had
okay.
this playlist going, I don't know, a couple years now, maybe 2 or 3 years.
Uh,
And every time we bring one of these up, it says they're approaching 500. It still says they're approaching 500. So on this playlist, but
I'm
Paranoid,
not
yes, it's Sabbath's first one to reach that plateau on there, and
That's crazy.
yeah.
Well, I guess I'm not surprised on that song, but I would expect like War Pigs or something.
I would
Jeez.
have thought Iron Man, quite honestly.
Iron Man.
That seems to be the
See that album really it's just a
uh,
plethora, if I may use El Guapo's term, a plethora of
Murph.
songs on it.
Murph, I want to thank you for teaching me what plethora. It meant a lot.
Yes. El Guapo was telling Heffy, what is a plethora? Okay, Guapo, isn't it that you're just mad at me? Of course, from Three Amigos, quoting from Three Amigos. What a goofy ass flick. But yeah, so paranoid. God, I love that. I love that era. Sabbath 1, 2, Sabbath Volume
Oh,
4,
you know, a lot of people
Masters of
say the first
Reality.
five,
Ah,
but I'm gonna go on, dude. I just listen to Technical Ecstasy and Never Say Die, and those so bridge that from the classic Sabbath into what Ozzy would start doing, and even what they would start doing without Ozzy, man. Those are great albums too, man. I
they were
mean,
amazing, man.
all,
Yeah.
all eight with Ozzy, dude. All eight of them, man.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
that's a
Just
body of work
wow.
unparalleled, dude. Yeah.
They were so great, so great. So I'm glad. I'm glad to see that, and I'm sure they'll have, like you say, there's going to be another song off of Paranoid that's going to go billion. You think it might? Well, I don't know. We'll see. War
Yeah,
Pigs,
probably Iron Man. Oh yeah, either
Iron
one. Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So good for them, man. They deserve it. They're great. Jeez. And here's an
And they'll
interest.
get $12.37 for that.
Oh, good call, my man. Good call. Here we go. Here's coming up. Roxy Music. Brian Ferry. Brian Ferry, the lead singer of Roxy Music, has become the latest entertainer to sell. Well, he didn't sell his whole musical catalog. He sold
Right,
50% of it, which I think is
right.
sort of a smart move. If he doesn't need the money, why not hang on to at least 50% of his goods, rights to it. So, but yeah, now this is a new firm called Iconic Artist Group. I don't think we've heard of this
Yeah,
one.
no, there's the new
There are a
yeah.
lot of new firms coming up, buying up the rights to catalogs of musicians lately, and yeah, Roxy Music, Brian Perry, who I actually saw, back in the it was in the 70s, yeah, saw him, yeah, with Eddie Jobson on electric violin and keys, and a really cool show. They were acquired taste, They weren't hard
Right,
rock. They were smooth, suave. He was a
right.
smooth operator. That dude was Brian Ferry, and yeah, so he sold half his catalog, and well, we'll see what happens. There's been a lot of groups doing that, man. Talk, boy.
Like I said, but it kind of died off, and now it's coming back. And a couple new trends I'm noticing is the selling half. You know, you've seen a lot of
That
it
is
where some
smart.
have. We've seen a couple of them, and then also, and this came up with Rod Stewart, and now it's coming up with Brian Ferry as well. We're selling rights to their name and image and likeness.
Likenesses. Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
before it was always just publishing rights, and now
Right.
Rod
Yeah.
Stewart did it with the image and likeness, and now Brian Ferry is doing the same. So yeah, we're seeing these little nuances come in on these deals, and you know these new trends kind of popping up on
Well,
them. So
that's a smart move though. 50%. You can pass on that 50% to your heirs.
yeah, it
That's
depends on I guess on what kind of you know kids you got.
catalog.
Basically, do you want to pass it on to them? Are they responsible enough to you know do something with it, or are they going to just
Yeah.
squander and blow that
I
half,
don't
or
know. It's
just
like
cash in now and just and deal
it's a
with what
heck
you
of
got
an
now? You know,
estate. It's a heck of an addition to an estate.
I guess if you, well, I guess it wouldn't be the kids, but just whoever's running the estate. Yeah, so whoever do you trust them enough to hold on to a percentage of it, or
I don't
I don't
know.
know.
He's released 24 albums in the 50 years. So, yeah, I sing one of his songs on karaoke night, Avalon. Very cool, moody,
Oh yeah,
bizarre song. So, freaking A.
yeah, they definitely had their niche there back in the '70s, Roxy Music, and like I said, acquired. You always say about acquired taste. If you
Yep.
don't like them, acquire some taste. That's what I say.
Hi-oh. Okay, speaking of taste, we've been talking about a lot of pardon me, a lot of the festivals coming up this summer. But we may have just found the one that beats them all. I swear to gosh, this is unbelievable. Welcome to Rockville, going to be held on Daytona International Speedway. Oh, and being a NASCAR fanatic, that's sort of crazy cool. But this lineup is insane. They've got everybody who's anybody's going to be there. They got 5 stages, and each stage has like 7 bands playing on. It's crazy. Uh, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 days. The headliners: Motley Crue, Limp Bizkit, Foo Fighters, Slipknot. That's on the main stage with backups by Priest, Falling in Reverse, Greta Fleet, Breaking Benjamin. Geez, who would follow up by them? Anthrax, In This Moment, Primus, Architects. That's just one. That's just one. That's just the main stage. Backup stage: Disturbed, Jelly Roll, Queens of the Stone Age, Evanescence, and the Fortnite. I mean, this is insane. It goes on and on, dude. I don't get it. We got so many festivals that are canceling out because of the worry of finances and logistics and stuff. And at the same time, we got certain festivals that have just gone over the
They're
deep
just
end.
yes, yeah, good call. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's kind of what do you call it? Whatever. The rich and the poor, or feast or famine, or whatever. Yeah,
Feast or famine, yeah.
yeah, because yeah, this we talked about the Sonic Temple was another one that's got like quite a lineup. There was the other I can't remember the name of it now, in Louisville, and it's in Kentucky. And now you got this one in Rockville, and there's a lot of them. Where there, I don't know, maybe it's just is it corporate sponsorship, I suppose, where you either get it or you don't to a level where you can get these kind of bands, or
Boy, well,
management, and just getting a good outfit of people that know how to manage a
oh, I
festival.
don't know
Maybe
whether this
these
is
other ones just don't
a
know.
Danny Wimmer production. A Danny Wimmer presents. So whoever this guy, he must have his shit together. I know I see Kerry King's opening up on the one, two, three on the fourth stage on Thursday night. He's headlining on the Thursday night. Then In Flames, Clutch, and Black Veil Brides the rest of the
Clutch.
nights. Just amazing, an amazing lineup. And yeah, like I said, each stage has an amazing, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, like 8 bands. This is crazy cool. So
Wow.
Daytona Beach, man. Wow.
Yeah, you mentioned Clutch. That's that band I just turned you on to. We were just
Yes,
jamming up to.
that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, Clutch,
There
man.
yeah. So man, Machine Head, Mr. Bungle, Cypress Hill, Sum 41. Just crazy. So boy, oh
Wonder
boy,
what the
Rockville.
tickets are for that. Some of these other ones we've seen, the tickets are very, very reasonable. Like
Hmm.
$230 for 4 days, which I think is totally reasonable. So
Well, if you're young and full of vinegar, yeah.
yeah, I didn't see what the tickets were on this. Another event coming up just popped up this morning. As we all know, last year we lost Jimmy Buffett, one of my least favorite people in the world. But I won't speak ill of the dead.
Oh yeah.
But so they're having a big tribute to him at the Hollywood Bowl, kind of a la like they did for Willie's 90th birthday,
Ah,
which is on excuse me, Paramount Plus right now. I watched that. It's pretty good. Pretty watchable. Excuse me.
ah, very cool, man.
Drop my card.
Ah,
Um, but yeah, there's gonna be some folks that who do we got? Paul McCartney, the Eagles, John Bon Jovi, Jackson
wow.
Brown, Kenny Chesney, a bunch of other folks, and then another one of my least favorite people, Pitbull, which I don't get the
I'll be
connection with
darned.
Pitbull and Jimmy
Yeah.
Buffett, but
Wow.
yeah, that's one of them guys. If I ever saw him, I don't want to punch him in the face. I just don't like that guy. Don't like
All
him.
these
But
one percenters, man.
so yeah, so they're gonna have the big event there for Jimmy Buffett. So if you're a parrot head,
I never got it, but
yeah,
well, I'm not big on getting drunk, quite honestly. I do have my margaritas, right? I got my margarita right here, but I don't get slobbering drunk like these people do.
they're like amateurs. It just seems like is I don't know.
Well, I don't
I'm
sound
sure we
drunk,
have
do I?
Buffett fans out there, but
Yeah, I love margaritas. Though. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Jimmy Buffet. I love my
well,
margaritas.
even that. Okay, you hear the song Margaritaville, and back in the day, it would take you to a place, beat some. Now it's a restaurant.
Yeah,
It's like,
corporate, baby.
geez, just
Totally corporate.
whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, they're all one percenters. See, I'm a bitter old geezer, Doc. Ain't I?
Yeah,
But here's good news. I'm really glad to see this. And I come from a musical family. My dad played tuba, sousaphone, bass guitar, upright bass, all that stuff. And here's a story about, and I'm big on this. Wolfgang Van Halen and his family donating $100,000 for schools in need of instruments. And what it is, I think it's $1,000 to 100 different schools, I believe. And he's working
yeah,
through the Mr. Holland Opus Foundation, which, if anybody's ever seen Mr. Holland's Opus, the movie, you can appreciate it that much more. An amazingly good movie. But yeah,
yeah. This is a charity his dad always gave to, and they're starting this new campaign. They're calling it Adopt a School. So
right.
I guess your money's going to go to directly to a certain school. I guess would be the basis of that. But so he's starting it up, and he's giving starting it with $1,000 to each of 100 schools. So
Hmm.
he's adopting those 100 schools and $1,000 to each. So
That'd be a good thing for all these rich one percenters. I got to use one percenters. They need to start spending their money on people. But here we go.
dude, no,
Let's say
honestly, you can't count on the government to do it, man. That's what we
no, you
need.
got
These
it.
people that care about. If I had the money, I would, but I don't have the
Yeah.
money.
Well, in a recent survey of 225 schools across the country conducted by the Mr. Holland's Opus Foundation, 68% of the schools reported having to turn away students from the music program
Right?
because of a lack of instruments. 59% said their students had to share instruments, which greatly limited their playing and practice time. And 68% said students were playing aged instruments that are beyond repair, which greatly challenged their abilities to learn and grow.
Oh,
This needs a
absolutely, man. You
this
gotta teach
needs
them
a
right, man. Come on, man.
come on, musicians. Time really, there's not a school, there shouldn't be a school in the nation that doesn't have, because really, not only that, they need to make sure schools have shop class, because not every student's going to want a college degree. He may want to go out and weld or
Right?
do shop work or woodwork or something. We got to get our
An
act together on
electrician
this
or
stuff.
whatever. Yeah.
Electrician or whatever. We got to get shop class back. We got to make sure the music is fully funded, because music is mathematics, man. Like it or not, music is mathematics. So they go hand in hand. So that's a good thing for Wolfgang to do, and he got to have a shitload of money. I mean, Eddie had I'm sure Eddie had a pretty good estate. So I'm sure,
Well,
it's
even on
no,
his own right. I mean, he's doing
eh,
quite well on his
oh
own
yeah,
right. So
and it's no pain off his chest. But yeah, let's get some
it
of
is
these other
cool. He's
musicians.
following in his dad's footsteps that way, and giving to a worthy cause, and
Well, let's get some of these
hopefully
other
bringing
rich
some light to it
musicians.
where some other exactly where some other folks can jump on board, man.
Yeah, yeah. Boy, that's such a great cause. Period. Jeez, and my son was in high school. My youngest, he went from fifth grade all the way through senior. He was in a music program. We're lucky to have a school program that really has a vigorous music program. So we're very
Yep.
fortunate about that. But if schools don't have to, yeah, they need to be helped. And there's enough freaking rich people out there that they could open up their wallet a little bit. I'm sure it's tax deductible, and just really make sure that your local school is fully funded. It's not going to cost that darn much if you're wealthy. Yeah, it's a drop in a
And
bucket.
and the shame of it too, Murph. If you think about it, it's probably these underfunded schools is probably where a lot of the talent would be at. Had
Yes,
they been had they been
oh,
given an opportunity to
especially the inner schools. Are you kidding?
yeah, I
There's
know, man.
talent everywhere. Yeah, so that that
Yeah.
that should uh that should be, yeah, good for Wolfgang. Yeah, they need to. Yeah, they need to shame some of these rich musicians because really, like last night, hey, how about some of these rich actors? Jeez, really, they take their
No,
Oscar home and use it as a doorstop, But
yeah, too busy
regardless,
virtue signaling and patting each other on the back
ah,
to do anything of
need to take care of our
real
schools.
substance. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's it is what it is. But we can hope. Good for Wolfgang, man. Yeah, and doggone it, we're gonna miss him. He's going on tour with one of our mainliners this year, but he's going on later on, so we're gonna miss him. He's gonna be joining up the tour. I can't remember what band was. Uh, Tammy. Oh, he's going to be joining Sammy later on in Sammy's tour.
Oh, really?
So we're going to miss him. Yeah, I
Oh,
believe it's
jeez.
Sammy. Yeah, doggone it. Nonetheless, good for him. Good for the family. Boy, oh boy, Van Halen. Wow, legendary. So I'm glad to see that. But there you go, Doc. Hey, man, it's 100 shows, brother. It's been a gas. I've just been loving the heck out of it. It's there's a million freaking podcasts out there, and I don't really even care because it's just fun talking about this stuff. A lot of them, I don't know, they got tens of thousands of subscribers, and they're just it's just very uninteresting, constant edits and stuff like that. And no,
Right.
I just like shooting the crap, not having to worry about things, and it sure is a great time. So I sure appreciate you joining me, man. And
No,
why don't you take this 100 one
dude.
home, baby?
It's 100 shows, dude, and like I said, when we hit 50, I feel like we're just getting started, man.
Yeah.
The show's evolved, what's evolved into, and so glad for the folks that have taken a ride with us, and the few and the mighty, and it's been awesome. So yeah, we'll be here next week. Hope you all are too. So until then, have a great rock and roll filled week, everybody.